I mean, all you can do is come back next year with a fresh mindset, knowing it's going to be even harder. And we got to continue to play our best football. We'll celebrate these next few weeks, and then we'll get right back at it.
Oh, it's never too early to think about next football season. And at ESPN Bet, the odds are out. All right, let's talk about it, folks. So the Niners are favorites to win. That's interesting to me. The Niners are favorites to win it all? Sorry, I'm looking at this in real time. Just ahead of the Chiefs and Ravens, the Bills, Lions, and Bengals are next, and none of those have ever won a Super Bowl. Okay, Shannon. So, Shannon Sharpe, it's been a fantastic season with you, but welcome to First Take. And here we do things like this on First Take, so don't get mad at me. Who are you picking to win the Super Bowl next season? Would you go the Chiefs or the field?
The thing is I know you seem surprised, Molly, that the 49ers, considering they had just lost to the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are coming back at least with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Andy Reid at the bare minimum. And so for them to win the Super Bowl, and now all of a sudden they're the second favorite to win the Super Bowl again, is a little not surprising to me, because when we beat Green Bay in '97, they came back as the favorite the following year. But I'm going to take the field, because no one has ever three-peated, because it's so hard because of injuries. Remember, you play so much longer than everybody else. And football is already, guys, you know, Canty, you was on the Super Bowl team. Saturday, you was on one. To be special, I remember we went back-to-back in '97, '98. And Mike told us coming into the '98 season, if you want to be special, you got to repeat. He said there have been a lot of teams that's won one in a row. But to be special and then be remembered forever, you have to do two. Man, if you do three, I don't even know what to say. You got to put Patrick Mahomes on the farthest planet ever, because he would definitely set himself apart. It's just so hard. The 49ers got the closest. If y'all guys remember, they lost the NFC Championship game to the Giants in 1990. After that, no one else has really even been close. And so I'm going to take the field just based on history. It's hard, really extremely hard, to bet against Patrick Mahomes, because we know what he's capable of, but there's too many factors. What if they don't sign Chris Jones back? L'Jarius Sneed is a free agent. There's just so many variables. I do believe they'll upgrade their receiving core, but I just got to take the field. This is just too risky for me to take one team over the other 31.
I'm going to let y'all know my bet's already in.
Let's go.
I parlayed it with them Chiefs, baby. I ain't betting against you, Patrick Mahomes. I just took all to win it, pushed it all forward, baby. Let's go for that third one. Let's have some real celebrations. You know what I mean? So, no, I understand what you're saying about how difficult it is. I will say this, though. When you look at the way this team is built and the way they've succeeded, this past year, they were 15th in offense. 15th. No one would think of Patrick Mahomes 15th in offense. They have the youngest defense in the NFL. The past 2 years, they've won it at 25-26. They are staying young. I believe they will re-sign Chris Jones. I think they take care of Sneed. I think they restructure Patrick Mahomes to get some of that money. And to your point, I think they answer some issues with maybe some tackles or even adding another receiver. I think they think Rice is going to step forward and be their one to complement Travis Kelce. But I think they're going to look for that. And let's not forget, this became a very physical, running, Pacheco-led type offense. That travels when you have a defense that way. This was to me, this was the toughest thing, the toughest championship for them to win. And by winning it this year, I think they set themselves up next year because of the position they're in with the cap and with the availability. And make no mistake, if it wasn't Patrick Mahomes, I wouldn't bet on three-peat. But, man, the last two Super Bowls, they were underdogs. Yeah. The last two, the Eagles and the 49ers, and somehow found ways to win. The gauntlet they just went through, beating San Fran, beating Baltimore, beating on the road, Buffalo on the road, it was a true gauntlet. And they beat the 1 seed, the 2 seed, the 1 seed. I mean, that is legit football. And that's why I put it in. Let's roll and see what happens.
Yeah, Jeff, I'm with you. It's Andy Reid, it's Pat Mahomes. I'm going to go ahead and rope in Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift until otherwise notified, because they that good. And, Unc, you talking about the history of it with the field and teams be able to get back to the Super Bowl for a third straight time. There have been 8 back-to-back winners. None of them have gotten back to the big game for a third consecutive time. So I understand that, but we're watching history when it comes to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
We are watching history. There has been no one in the history of the game that has had this kind of start to their first 7 seasons in the NFL, first 6 years as the full-time starter, this dude got three Super Bowl MVPs, 3 Super Bowl titles, and 2 regular season MVPs. For goodness sakes, he starts the season in the conference championship game.
Yeah.
And
make no mistake now, their defense won them the Super Bowl this year. Like their defense, or got them, not win, but got them.
Yeah.
Their defense is what after December.
And it's the youngest defense in the NFL.
Absolutely.
So
and
they're
them boys,
going
hey,
anywhere.
they were real. They're real.
But that's where I was going, though, Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's why I have full confidence that they're going to be back in this spot.
Yes.
Because this defense is only going to continue to ascend. Like, listen,
the two things that could send him back is Spagnuolo. If for some reason he went somewhere, which he ain't going nowhere, that would be an issue because he's the Pippen of the Jordan. Let's be real. That dude puts it together. That would be an issue in the Chris Jones. To Shannon's point, not having him would be massive.
Yeah, Chris Jones, we got to make sure we take care of him. L'Jarius Sneed, we'll franchise tag and figure that thing out from there. But here's the thing. Why would we not have any confidence that this Chiefs organization would be able to figure out if players did defect, if they do have to move on from guys? They had to move on from Tyreek Hill, the most explosive player in the NFL. And all they've done is win 2 championships since then. And a part of the Tyreek Hill trade was all-pro cornerback Trent McDuffie. A part of the Tyreek Hill trade was their number 1 wide receiver in Rashee Rice. So we've seen, and they still got a 5th-round draft pick this year from that trade. So all I'm simply saying is the Kansas City Chiefs have earned our confidence. And the defense is a reason why we should be bullish on them. They didn't allow one team this season to score more than 27 points.
Good heavens.
The last teams to all the teams on their schedule under 28 points, they all win the Super Bowl. So that's how good the Kansas City Chiefs defense is.
I understand they're the youngest defensive team in the NFL. Chris Jones is 29, I think. L'Jarius Sneed is like 25, 26. Now, if you tell me if they're bringing both of those guys back, and you and I both believe that they're going to upgrade the wide receiver position. Mike Evans is a free agent. Calvin Ridley is a free agent. T. Higgins is a free agent. Now, if you tell me there's a possibility they're going to upgrade, I believe they're going to upgrade. That's the only thing that I'm absolutely for certain of. They're going to upgrade that position. Now, if you tell me they're going to re-sign Chris Jones. Now, when you got 3 Super Bowls, guys, Canty, you know this, Saturday, you know this. You got 3 Super Bowls. Some team out there, he's the best DT in football. Somebody's about to give him $100 million guaranteed. I don't know if Kansas City is going to be willing to go to that number. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, they franchise tag L'Jarius Sneed. That's got to be somewhere around $20 million.
Yeah.
So if you tell me they're going to bring those 2 guys back, I'll redo my thinking because I have the utmost confidence, and like you guys said, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. Now you get a true number 1 receiver, and you pair him alongside Kelce with Patrick Mahomes. Here's the thing that's most amazing, guys. Patrick Mahomes had his worst statistical season, and they won the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
Now, what happens when he gets back to being Patrick Mahomes the previous 5 years?
That's right. That's right. Hey, listen, we saw that like Chris Jones on the ground after the Super Bowl. He's celebrating. Andy Reid came and jumped on top of him, and they were celebrating. I said this earlier this morning. Andy Reid, do that in the facility, and don't let him leave until he signs a contract. Like that is the dude. You don't let, because here's the thing. You think about him closing out Buffalo. It was because of Jones and him making that play to alter the for sure touchdown that Allen throws short. You think about 3 touchdowns that he saved in the Super Bowl. The Deebo Samuel's wide open ball is bad, right? You think about him coming free, unblocked on the 3rd down. And I mean, listen, every time there's a big moment, Chris Jones is the defensive equivalent to what Patrick Mahomes is on offense. He makes the play. He's always around the ball. He's always doing something to affect and make that offense worse. Those type of guys are indispensable. And listen, I don't care what anybody, defensive linemen, interior defensive linemen who can do that are worth their weight in gold because he loves to play out on end. Like he'll go out there all day. Yeah. But when that dude goes up in lines inside on that 3-tech and still does it and still manufactures the way he does, there just ain't many in the world who can do it like that. I just don't see you letting him out of the building.
Yeah, in terms of versatility for defensive linemen, I don't know that outside of Aaron Donald, you have a guy that's as versatile as Chris Jones.
Exactly.
And that's why you don't let him walk out of the building. That's why he has to be the top priority this offseason in terms of locking up. But, I mean, listen, Chris Jones wants to be there. We saw that at the beginning of this year. Contract dispute, still shows up for a team's charity event. He's watching the first game against the Lions in the press box. I think they both recognize that it's a mutually beneficial relationship, and they're probably going to keep that thing pushing.
Ooh, I hope
Absolutely. Canty, thanks for sticking around here with us. I know you just did 4 hours of TV. We appreciate
That
you.
dude has been on it today.
Class is dismissed for you. You get home safe. Jeff Saturday, Shannon Sharpe, obviously you guys sticking around.